So here are some specific tips on planning for a website. Know your audience. Take a look at some models out there. Don't just go in this and start using software. Take a look. It's just good business practice. Who is in your competitive space? If you're working in the human resource field, what sites are already out there in human resources? Are they doing a good job? How might they be a pattern for your own? And then, of course, ready your content, your text, your images, your logo. You probably already have a lot of content. You just haven't thought about it. That would be useful for an about page on a website. You probably have photos. You may have documents. It's a question of putting a lot of this stuff together. And then this should not be just yourself doing the website. If not a team, you at least need a backup. So assemble who's going to work on this. And then in the middle here, sitemap, and this is the image. When you get to the point of actually wanting to design your site, the navigation, it doesn't necessarily take a PowerPoint or a Word document. You can literally just sketch it on a sheet of paper. And that's what I've done here. This is the site sketch or outline for my Marketing Mavens site, which we're going to demo later on. And then put this in, all of this in a sense of a project plan, a timeline as how you're going to accomplish it. So what are some design best practices? The site should be scannable, clean, readable text.
Gary?
Yeah.
Gary, if I could just interrupt for a second and just offer this thought. When people are looking around for inspirational sites, it's possible, maybe even likely, that they won't see everything they like in one website. Sometimes you can just cherry pick things that look good on one site. It might be a video or a way that they do picture, photos, and then they might offer another website might offer a completely different look at the About You site. So sometimes you can just pick and choose some of these things that really sort of speak to you, and then you can find ways to incorporate that into your own personal site.
Yeah, that's a good point, Milry. And I emphasize learning. A lot of the reason, getting back to the rationale, why spend the time on developing a blog or a website, a lot of this is learning. So as you put together your own website or blog and scan the other websites that are out there in your field, you're going to learn a lot. You're going to learn a lot. And not only are they going to provide you models and maybe designs you'd like to imitate to an extent in doing your own site to give it a professional look, but they're literally going to give you links of information. So you're collecting links of information in your field. As a matter of fact, that's a popular menu item on any website, is what links of reference in your field do you find useful. So it's a good learning opportunity to go through this entire exercise. So to finish the points on this slide, you want easy to find navigation. You're writing for the web. You're not writing a novel. You're not writing a bureaucratic document. We are all spoiled on the web with how good websites make information easily available, or easily available on our phones, on social media. We have to have the same kind of discipline. We're writing for engagement. SEO is a fancy term for search engine optimization, meaning just that Google can find us. And there's some tips on how to do this appropriately. And then sort of do your testing before you launch this to the world. Some drafting tips. A lot of the content when we do this is very, very practical. It's top tips, it's best of. This is the kind of information we're looking for. You can have your site be more attractive using things like infographics and apt headlines, break up the text, short points. And then we've been talking about storytelling. The site I'll get to in a minute on a lifestyle individual who's touring lighthouses in Michigan. And so she has a very interesting story of that's one of her hobbies, but she's also turned it into income as selling lifestyle clothing and places to go. And you can, there's a link there below on where you can go for other freelance blog writing tips.